Okay, Leo, please share your screen at the start, and then let us continue discussion. Leo, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So, Leo, you're still opening the point class, right? So, did you see the variables?
Yes. The
Okay.
private variables. Yes. Yes.
Yes, perfect. And then I would say you see all the data types that you're going to use: string, integer, and string, right? So that is
Yes.
nothing serious here. But then we see a different data type, which is visits, right?
Yeah, visits.
This is array of visits. Okay, so it means that this is something that we need to think about. What is that? Okay, I would say don't look too much during the exam at the constructor, what it takes. Just look at the header or the signature of the constructor. Okay, so this is the public points that take a string, and it's an ID. Okay, and then look at the second constructor. Do you know why we are able to have many constructors?
Polymorphism.
Yes, perfect. Okay, or sometimes they call it method overloading, but okay, fine, or constructor overload. So points, so there is a constructor that take only one string, and there is another one that take ID and maybe points, okay, which is bonus points in this case. And then we look at this method that it is telling us get all visits, okay. So it is returning something that is related to, I believe, an array. Am I right?
Yes.
And then we have something called add visit, and it takes an object as a parameter. Am I right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Now I will send to you actually the questions that we need to actually look at. So if you look at which slide, let me see here. So actually, forget about the requirement. I would say if you go to page 2, you will see that there is some text that describe the bronze, how many points is the bronze level, okay, and the silver level and the gold level. So that is important actually for us. And if you also see, there is a method that is not implemented, where it's written code missing, which is this is gold, calculate total points, and days missing. Okay, so now what I actually want from you is to implement something called let me see in the slides here. Yeah, so this will be the last slide that I sent to you. So it is the E requirement. Okay, the attribute status now is assigned its correct value at the beginning of every year for existing members. It cannot be changed during the year. Construct the method is gold in the point class, which will return whether the current status is gold. So you have to actually, at the moment, write the code that should be inside the is gold method.
Okay.
So look at the private variable which carries the status.
The status now.
So we have three status, okay? Gold, bronze, and silver, right? So the status
Yes.
now should be able to carry gold or not. So the status now is carrying a string, right?
Yes.
So it's a data type that is a string. So if you want to check inside it, look at the constructor, please.
Yes.
What is inside the constructor? Can you tell me? He assigned a string at initial stage as a status now bronze, right?
Yes.
So if you want to compare that it's inside it, there is a gold. So what you need to do?
Melissa, well, it's a private variable, so you probably couldn't just directly use an if statement to check.
Yes, but be aware is gold inside, is a method inside the class. It is a method inside the class.
It's inside, so you could access it.
Yes, definitely. Because if you see here at the bottom, at page 2, at the initial part of the start of page 2, you see that he mentioned is gold is actually part of the class. Is a part of the points class. And under the is gold, there is also another method which is called calculate total points. And there is something called there is missing. So this is three methods that is still part of the points class. So you're able to access the status now. Did I confuse you? Are you confused?
I think I. Well, then couldn't use an if statement. I think. Could you?
Sorry again.
An if statement.
Yes, if statement is possible. Yes. Actually, no need to worry about anything. You are moving excellent. But so okay, what you have done is not bad at all. It's excellent, actually, I could say. But if you would like to have a look at a possible excellent and ideal answer, would say you say here status now dot equal. Sorry, I have to then to remove that. And as this is part of Java, and we put here gold, and then we close. So that could be just in one line, but your answer is more than perfect. Is correct. Okay. This is maybe I would say senior programmers. Okay. So, but this is excellent. Okay. So yeah, you are good actually. I think you already know that. Now we move to the next, please. So we have done the requirement on that, and we need to move to the next. So by moving to the page number 3, so you have to understand that the class points will still remain with us when we talk about the next question. So have a look at page 3.
Right, yep.
So this is another class. So it talk about visits and still related to customers and still related to points, the points class. But now he will show us actually the main driver, or the main how we test that. So he show us that he will create an array of all points, and it means that he's creating an array that can carry points for every customer, I believe. Is it for every customer? Can you check the text here if it says that?
No, page 3.
No, it's not. Maybe it's not in page 3. That's why they give you a complicated way. So maybe you have to look at page 1, the sentence before the start of the class itself.
The sentence before each customer.
No, go to page 1. So
Yeah, page
yes, the point class keep details of the points and state a level for each customer. So it means that points will be for every customer. So when he say in page 3 that he's creating that line with all points array, and he put 10,000. Does this mean that he is creating points for an array of points for 10,000 customers? Does this mean this? Does it mean like that?
No, it wouldn't. No, that would just be putting like a upper limit that likely wouldn't be like reached. So that yeah.
Okay, good. And then what points class take actually? The constructor, he is saying all points and he give it 0, and then he create a new object of points and he pass an input string M100, right?
Yes.
So this M100 is actually what?
M100 would be the ID.
Okay, and then on the second one, he passed M101 and then 5,000. So this 5,000 is what?
5,000 is the bonus points.
Perfect. Okay. And then forget about the third line. Let's go to visits. He creates a visit object v1, v2, v3, v4. When he pass a string and an integer, that belong to what from the constructor of visits?
Belong to the variables would be the hotel code and like the number of days of visit.
Perfect. And then if we look at all points 0 after the v1, v2, v3, v4, we will find him using a method inside the points class, and he start to add for the same customer, he is the customer 0, he is adding v1, v2, v3, v4. So it means that that customer have maybe 4 different stays in, or 4 different visits to hotel with different days. So am I right?
Yes.
Okay. So now let us focus on the C requirement, which is in page 4. Construct the method calculate total points in the points class, which will calculate and return the total points awarded so far in the current year. How difficult is that? Is it doable?
Yeah.
So calculate total points is in a points class, right? It's not in the visits, right?
Yes.
Okay. And when you calculate the total points, actually, the points is awarded based on what?
Pardon? The audio cut off for a second.
Sorry. Okay. The points is awarded to the customer based on what?
Points awarded based on the days in which the person stayed.
Okay. Okay. So you need to get the number of days. And how many points is awarded per day?
1,000.
Okay, excellent. Excellent attention to details.
Okay. Oh, visits. Okay, visits is part of the. It's part of the points class, right? It's like a.
Yes, it will be assigned inside an array inside the points class, yes.
Well, you could just use get days. Okay.
Yes, yes, you can use get days, yes. So who can tell you how many um, visits or how many what is I mean, so we have 366 um, possible visits inside the year, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then what is keeping track of all the visits inserted in the all visits private variable inside the points class? What is keeping track of that? How can we know what is the size of the this all visits array? Just be aware that this is an array of objects. An array of objects.
Oh, you can just get the length of the array.
Okay, yeah, yeah, perfect. And okay.
Okay, so what you could do is you'd have to calculate the days for each visit and multiply that by 1,000 to get the total number of points.
Yes, yes, I understand it. Which is, yeah, this is the tricky part. I think it's not the logic behind the calculation. The tricky part, I think, is in the programming side. How can you uh, get a visit, an object from inside the array, and get the days out of it, and start to calculate the points? As I said, there is no worries about. You are actually excellent, except that I need to know where I am missing in teaching you. This is a learning for me more than it is learning for you.
Sure, never mind. This wouldn't actually. Uh, would this work, or is there something else that I have to add as well?
No. You are actually perfect, except that there is something called bonus points.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
So other than that, here size only maybe go with array list, but with a normal array we use length. And another option, there is a variable that is called y. If you look at the PDF file, see he started with y equals 0, but then when he add a visit, every time go to the page 1 and the beginning of page 2, you will see every time he add a visit, he increments the y by 1. So it means that this y actually carries a number of visits. So instead of using the length, another possibility is to use y, because y will actually contain the number of visits. So instead of using this I less than the all visits dot length, you can use I less than y. That's another possibility. Dot length also is correct. Okay, but there is no dot size with arrays. It possibly with array list or even with linked list, but not with arrays. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Can we move to the next, please?
Okay.
So if we move to page, the end of page 4, you will see full details of the customer are stored as object of the customer class, and we see a third class which is called the customer.
Yep.
Okay, and look at the signature of the methods quickly, and look at what the constructor takes, and then you have to read the text after the class, and you have to only implement B. Look here that he is using linked list. So he's using a linked list that is called all customers, and then he is asking you to construct a method called gold mails. Can you share with me what's your plan here? How can you get?
Okay. Okay. So the linked list of customers. So I'd have to get the length of the linked list as well.
Yes.
Or would I? Maybe I could just wait. Or if it's a linked list, I could just use a while instead and stop once there's nothing in there.
Yes. Yes, it is a possibility. Yes. But which class of the three, or you are able to actually detect uh, if the member is gold or not? Customer or points or visits?
Points, because it has this gold method.
Yeah. Okay. So if you want to create a while loop, you will create it, or even a for loop. Will you create it for the points class?
Uh, well, for the while loop, I was thinking of there's okay, so So the points class has this gold, so I have to use that to check. But what's the relation between the points and the customer class again?
What is the relation? That's an interesting question. Let us have a look at PDF. The customer is the one that who do the visits, and I would say there is something common. If you look at the customer private
Yeah, they both
variables,
have member ID. Yes.
yes.
So would this be inheritance?
Okay. The one that is tying everything together is, have a look at the page number 3. So page number 3, he's creating all points. Actually, I would say that it is tricky because people will never think that they are able to use all points inside the method that you are building at the moment. So the trick here, because I know very well that I will leave you to do that as a homework, but I want you to notice one thing. Can you notice when he declared all points array, he make a / declared globally.
Oh, yes.
So it means that it will be accessible to everywhere, which is also
everywhere,
including, yes. So including the customer class, you are able to access all points. Okay, so that is so you have to use all points inside the method, and then actually it is tricky. I can understand that, but Leo, I would say do it as a homework in addition to the homework of last Thursday. Okay, and we discuss it tomorrow when I see you.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. See you then. Take care.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye bye.